I worked the night shift in retail for years, and I can tell you something most people don't want to know. When the automatic doors lock and the main lights die, big box stores don't feel empty. They feel occupied. The air gets heavy. The silence has a texture. These aren't ghost stories meant to scare children. These are events that happened to real people, including me, while we were trapped inside grocery stores and retail buildings until sunrise. And once you hear them, you will never feel comfortable shopping alone again. Story 1. The aisle that kept triggering. I was stocking shelves at 2:30 a.m. The store had been locked down for hours. The silence was absolute, except for the hum of the freezers. Every aisle was equipped with motion sensor lighting to save power. But aisle 12 refused to stay dark. At first I told myself it was a glitch, but then I watched closely. The lights didn't flicker randomly. They turned on sequentially. Click, 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 one section at a time. Perfect pacing, exactly like someone or something was walking slowly down the aisle. I walked over to investigate. When I stepped into aisle 12, the lights were fully blazing. But as soon as I turned to leave, they shut off immediately behind my heels. We pulled the security footage later. It showed the lights activating in a steady, rhythmic straight line. But on the screen, nothing was there. The lights were following. Absolutely nothing. Story 2. The man who was already inside 3:15 a.m. The store is a fortress, steel gates down, alarms armed. I was working in silence when I heard the distinct, wet sound of a throat clearing directly behind me. I spun around, expecting a coworker. It was a stranger, a man standing in the seasonal aisle, casually holding a shopping basket. My blood ran cold. I asked him how he got inside. He didn't look crazy. He didn't look dangerous. He just smiled a terrifyingly calm smile and said, "I've been here the whole time." He turned and walked calmly toward the back exit, disappearing behind a display shelf. We locked the perimeter. We tore that building apart, searching for him. He wasn't there. No alarms had tripped. No doors had opened. No record of entry found on the logs. He was just gone. Story 3. The intercom voice. Rule number 1 of overnight inventory. The PA system is dead. It is strictly disabled to save power. The store should be silent. At 1:47 a.m., the speakers didn't just turn on, they exploded with static. Then the crackling stopped, and a voice whispered, low, raspy, and wet. "Clean up on aisle 6. There was nobody working in aisle 6. We sprinted to the manager's office expecting a prankster, but when we burst in, the microphone was sitting on the desk, unplugged. Dust settled around it. The system logs showed zero activity, but the scariest part wasn't the voice. It was what I saw on the security tape later. At the exact second of the whisper, every single employee all across the store stopped moving, perfectly synchronized like a herd of gazelles, realizing the predator is already among them. Most people work the day shift because they are afraid of the dark, but after hearing these stories, I think they're afraid of the wrong thing. The dark isn't the problem. It's what is in the dark with you. If you are brave enough for the next shift, subscribe. If not, keep the lights on.